Yo, yo, yo. All right, let's get these charts going. Let's get this chart going. I want to go over this Google trade. I want to go over Google, Amazon, and Tesla. And we definitely hitting the group today. On Google, we made 50%, and on Amazon, we made 48%. And then we made like 28% on Tesla calls. Yeah, we made 26% on Tesla puts. So let's go over this Google trade. All right. On a 5 minute, I like to mark the high and the low. And as you can see, I like this long wick because we pushed off of this. Like if you go on a 2 minute, if you go on a 2 minute time frame, we definitely had like two red candles, and then this candle right here, this three was like it had me intrigued. I was like, I like this because we're definitely trying to push back through the upside. I was trying to wait for pre-market lows to get hit, but like I said, they didn't want to do it. They kind of, closed this little gap that we had, and then it pushed right back up. So if I go on a 1 minute time frame, you can see it a little bit better. So you had 4 minutes of like selling, and then this fifth candle right here, right at 5 minutes, pushed it all the way up, which caused that wick to be right here on the 5 minute. So you had this wick right here on the 5 minute, this long wick. And, I was looking at the VWAP as well. And as you can see, we pushed above the VWAP. I like how we was buying off of it. So I got us in calls. And the whole target was to get pre-market highs. That was the whole target. So I wanted to get pre-market highs. Turn off the VWAP. And you can see we were bouncing off the 90 and made two. So that had me bullish. All right. And then the second target was we were going to shoot for this upper ADR. We didn't get it, but we scaled out up here right at 50%. And then I got stopped out on my last runner. The last runner I had, I got stopped out. But I got stopped out in profit because we was trying to hold for 374 on Google. So right here, sold off, came back. When we took this out right here, this high out, this 5 minute candle, that's when, I knew to even hold. So we broke above it, came down, showed support, boom, we was out of there. But the EMAs, the VWAP, as you can see, when we reclaimed right here and got above it, it was off to the races. So we put in a fell two up, and this is why we got stopped out right here on this 10-minute chart right here. You could have got back in for puts right at the break of the bottom of this fell two up. Let's see, let's make this red. And this was the candle right here. Boom. You could have literally waited for this to be triggered. Notice we did not get back above the high of this candle as well. I'll make that white. We did not get back above that all day. So it consolidated, gave us a one candle, gave it two up, came right back down with a three. And once they broke below this three candle right here on the 10-minute, you could have used that area, this three right here, to enter in on put. As soon as it was pushing down, got a fill two up right here. Like I said, this was the top until consolidation, came down, flushed. Could have got in for puts. And like I said, came right back down to this level. And it took all day for it to get back down here to create a low of day. And then it popped up again. So that's what we did on Google. So Amazon had a better read for me. To be honest with you, Amazon felt more natural for me because I love to play fail twos. When we came down, and as you see, I already got my 5 minute RB like marked out. I always like to mark the first 5 minute candle. So I marked out the high and the low of that. And I was really waiting to see if we can come down here to this pre-market low. As you can see in the yellow right here. We didn't do that, but we came down here. We had a gap. We had a gap close right here, this little gap fill. It didn't quite fill it, but like I like to draw boxes, whatever. So if you come off in this box and you start to bounce, because sometimes they won't close the whole gap, the first time. It came off in this box and it gave me a fill two down on the 5 minute. I had us enter in on calls right on the break of this. I actually waited and then got us into calls once we broke back above this. I had us into calls right here. I'll turn this green and it fell two down. This is the candle that I'm talking about, this candle. All right. So we entered calls right here, and then we pushed it up, and then we was looking for pre-market highs to be hit. So literally pre-market highs got hit to the T. That brought us back 48%. The stop loss, my stop loss was down here, right at the bottom of this candle of this fail two, right there. You can do a stop loss 50% of this candle or 80% of that candle, depending on how much time you have. So this, I decided to just get, I think I had next day. I had next day contracts. And so, like I said, this move from here to here gave us 48%. And I got stopped out on the runners on this too, because I scaled out majority of my position, and I always like to start taking profits at 20%, 30%, 40%. Like every 10%, I start scaling out. And then I leave a trailing stop on all of my contracts. And then they sold off nasty. And so you can check it on the 10-minute too. Look at the 10-minute. The 10-minute time frame, we had a fail to, let's bring this, we had a fail to down. And so I was looking at the 5-minute time frame, the 10-minute, and the 15. And so we had a fail to down on the 15. That kept me bullish. And so we got topped out right here. I was trying to go for this up ADR, and we didn't get it. It was up here at 250 because the market rejected today pretty good. It flushed nasty. The hour, we had a fail to up on an hour. And you see this had a very like a long wick. So pre-market highs, this is why you want to track it, because we literally rejected that. We rejected pre-market highs and then came down and tagged pre-market lows, and then we still found this as support. So we had a fail to up right here in this big candle right here, and then we had a fail to down on the hour right here on this candle right here. So again, you can make calls right here. Stop loss can be somewhere wherever you choose to be it. And we broke above it, ran up, chopped sideways. All right, so Tesla, we played calls and puts. So on the 5-minute time frame, I waited to get in this because like a lot of times you play Tesla too early, it's very, volatile in the morning. So we sold off. This gave me a fail to down on the 5-minute time frame. So we entered right here for calls, the break of this candle. So fail to down is right here. All right. Here goes my fail to down. So I entered us on calls when we got the break above that candle right here. So we broke above it, and I was taking profits along the way. So I had multiple contracts. We got 28% right here at this high, so right here, and then it rejected nasty. So I was like, okay, put your trailing stops in. So we got trailing stops, got stopped out in profit. It came back, and I was telling the group, I said, hey, if they take out the low of this fail to down right here, turn it, let's see, let's turn this one red. Or let's turn it, let's turn it orange. I was like, the break of this candle right here, if they break below this, then they're going to continue to sell off. And then I went on a bigger time frame, and we got in a little bit earlier. So I was like, hey, this is a fail to up on the 10-minute. We can get in on the break of this, a low of this right here, and which we did. As soon as this broke right here, I called puts on Tesla. We lost the pre-market low, so we got underneath pre-market low, came back above it. And that's why I thought we were. I got us in calls because we was bouncing off the pre-market lows right here. This yellow line. We were bouncing off of it, so I got us in calls. Got a little bit of profit on it and rejected. And then this is when we lost pre-market low again. This yellow line, I knew to get in puts. As soon as we broke this, we flushed down pretty nasty. So like I said, we had a 2 up. It broke this one right here. It had a 2-2 down, and on the 10-minute time frame, this is where you had a break right here. Even though this is a 5-minute, but this right here was a continuation down, and I got out right here. When I seen this fail to down right here on the 5-minute time frame, I just got out because it was trying to bounce too much. I was already pretty much done for the day. We went 4 for 4 in the group, and it was really good. And I'm gonna show you too. This is how it looks whenever I'm in an actual trade. I like to have it on 4 different time frames. So this top box right here, this box right here, I like to keep it on a 5 minute. Okay, so as you can see right here on that 10 minute, you're starting to see it a little bit more, a little better. And right here, I like to keep it on the 15-minute time frame. All right, so and then this one, the last one, I keep it on an hour. Yeah, and that's how exactly how I like to have it. Let me get this in the screen. So I'm able to have like a broader scope right here. And I'll look at the 4 hour too. I'll switch it back and forth on the 4 hour. And then on this screen, I'll switch it back like on the 30-minute time frame, just to kind of see. But that's how I'm able to see multiple time frames. And I like to try to line it up. So if the 5 minute gives me something nice, then I'm looking for it to happen on the 10. And if it gives me on the 5 and 10 minute time frame, if it gives me the same thing on those 2 time frames and it does it on the 15-minute time frame, that's 3 time frames. I'm like, I'm in this play, it's looking good. And then if it lines up on the hour, we're really good. Because then by that time, you know what I'm saying, you catching a really nice move if it's trending. And then I just go back and forth. I'll switch different tickers. And then that's how we eat. All right. Other than that, man, I appreciate y'all watching this video. This is my breakdown of the plays that we made today in SPX Blueprint, my day trader community. I'll be dropping more videos, more content on the way. We just trying to be consistent now. And that's all we're worried about, is being consistent and making sure that I put out information that's going to help. And, definitely is going to be able to see you catch these reversals. And, hopefully I can do something to just make you think different on this. But I didn't make up the strat. It was created by Rob Smith, and shout out to him. And it gave me a great foundation. And I'll be seeing a lot more of these videos from me. Other than that, please like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all on the next trade. See y'all on the next video. Peace.